Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another movie review. This is going to be for Mockingjay Part 1, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. And yeah, this movie stars Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, Liam Hemsworth, Woody Harrelson, Donald Sutherland, Philip Seymour Hoffman, rest in peace, Julianne Moore, Willow Shields, Sam Claflin, Elizabeth Banks, Mahershala Ali, yeah, Jenna Malone, Jeffrey Wright, Paula Malcolmson, Stanley Tucci, Natalie Dorman, Evan Ross, Eldon Henson, Wes Chatham, Sarita Chowdhury, Steph Donson, Patina Miller, Robert Nepper, and Michael Garza. So yeah, that's it for the cast. Yeah. And yeah, before I begin on the actual review, though, 10 seconds spoiler warning as usual for those who have yet to actually watch this movie and haven't already. Stop the video, go check it out, and come back here and watch the rest of this review. 10 seconds spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me that never give you a fair warning, because as usual, I did. Uh, um, yeah. So yeah, as usual, quick synopsis. Let's end this text and then narrate. So basically, this whole movie is basically building up for part two. It's basically what it is. It's all just builds up. Basically, um, after the 75th Hunger Games, um, Katniss and Fennec, or Fennec, yeah, Katniss, Fennec, and Fennec managed to reach District 13. As you know, along with Gale, Haymitch, Effie, Plout, what was his name again? Ploucher. Um, yeah, Pluchar, Philip Seymour Hoffman's character, Pluchar, make it to District 13, Katniss, Fennec, Beatus, um, Primrose, the mother, Gale, they all make it to District 13, and yeah, now Peter, Joanna, and Annie Cresta, they are all captured by the Capitol, and basically they are Peter is basically it's like this. It's Katniss versus Peter. Peter is the leader, I guess, in a sense. Well, Peter, under the control of President Snow, is the face of the Capitol, while Katniss is the face of the rebellion. And it's basically that, it's a lot of propaganda, a lot of, propaganda. Basically, it's war with propaganda, because that's how you usually start off war, with propaganda. So you have like interviews with Katniss and also with Peter, discussing how the war has affected them as of late, and you also get to see some prequel destinations, District 12, and how it was bombed the hell out of after the games. As Gail said, that there's like 10,000 people who in their district, and only about 1,000 of them survived, little less actually. And he says he felt guilty because he does think he could have saved a few more lives. And yeah, I mean, overall, it's a decent movie overall. One thing I really didn't like about the movie though is that they seem to have skipped a lot of things from Catching Fire and from the Mockingjay book. They seem to have like just skipped a bunch of things, like ignored a lot of things, and most notably, from in my opinion, is the fact that Enaboria is captured by the Capitol. Enaboria survived the 75th Hunger Games in both the movie and the book. In the book, they mention her a lot. Okay, um, you know, a decent amount. In the movie, however, they don't mention her at all. She's captured by the Capitol alongside Peter, Annie, and Joanna, or Jonah, whatever. And but Anaboria, she is never mentioned once, and that really pissed me off. I guess it's like one of those things, like a pet peeve, but just like really bothered me that they kind of forgot about her. I mean, they forgot about a few other details, but I think the most significantly thing that they missed was Enaboria, because later in the book, or in the second movie actually, better said, she does become an important character, especially in the back half of in the book. She becomes an important character in like the back half of like the last 3, 4, 5, 6 chapters. She becomes a huge part of the book. So in the movie, I assume she's going to become a huge part of it within like the last half hour, 45 minutes of the second movie. But the fact that they only even mention her once in this movie, in the first part, it just kind of pissed me off. Another thing that I found strange was the cameras. And I don't know if I'm the only one that noticed this, but it really took me out of the experience. But I don't know if I'm the only one that noticed this, but it just kept switching from like an HD camera to like a regular camera. Like the camera they filmed with, it was like from HD to a regular camera, then HD back again, and back to a regular camera. And that really took me out of the experience. It was just weird. I don't know. I'm just giving an example. I don't know if it's HD, IMAX, or a regular camera. I don't know what type of camera they used. But for me, I think they just used like a different camera for certain scenes. And you could kind of tell just because of the definition, you know, like HD definition or whatever. You could kind of tell like how defined all the images are, and that took me out of the experience a lot. Actually, it actually did take me out of the experience. The acting for the first 20, 15 minutes, give or take, wasn't that good in my opinion as well. And yeah, the one thing many people have complained is that there's barely no action, and the fact that the Mockingjay book was split into two shouldn't have been split into two at all. You know, it could have been a whole movie in its own, 3 movies, a trilogy. That's it. But you know, they wanted to milk it, so they made a fourth movie. You know, split the last book as usual, and part one and part two. Um, okay, I don't know how I feel by the fact that they actually did split it. I thought it was an interesting idea at first because you know Harry Potter did it, and then also Twilight did it. From what I know, Avengers is doing it too, so it's pretty interesting. Mockingjay, does it work for this type of film? I mean, many people say it doesn't, and I agree with them that it doesn't, but in some aspects it kind of also does, because the propaganda aspect and the war aspect, I mean, because it's setting you up for war, and the second movie is going to be like mostly war, and this is mostly propaganda build-up. So I think the thing is that the problem was there was just a little bit too much build-up, and then just when we're getting to the action and the stuff, it kind of cuts off and it ends, and you have to wait till next year to see the rest of the movie come out. So in a sense, it makes sense for them to have split it in two, but at the end, it was kind of a risky move that didn't work so smoothly as the studio would have hoped. So it kind of works, but it didn't work out that smooth. So yeah, the action scenes. There's actually a bit more action than I expected from what I heard. Not as much action, granted, as like the previous 2 movies, but then again, those were in the competitions, the Hunger Games. This is in a full-out war now. Granted, again, this is mostly propaganda. So yeah, but yeah, but the action scenes we did get were pretty interesting. Most of the action scenes were just the other districts rebelling against the capital, and that was pretty interesting to see. And I did like that aspect. It was a huge aspect in the third book, and I really did like it because I've read the trilogy, so I really do like it. So yeah. Now it does sound like I'm being a bit negative, but I actually did like some aspects of the movie. The acting after like the first half hour did get better, and it was good. The writing for the most part was good, and the action sequences were even though there was a few amounts of them, they're actually very well done in my opinion. Effie, she was actually, I didn't like Effie. I didn't like her in the first movie. I liked her a bit more in the second movie, and I really do like her in the third movie. In this movie, she was way better. It's just funny, you know, because she's always like so frivolous and she likes fashion and whatnot, and now she's in a jumpsuit with like a bandana, glasses, and a little bit of makeup, and she's like, what do I have to do now? So it's just pretty funny to see her, you know, going from like this very elegant, over-the-top personality to like this basically looking like a peasant. So that was pretty funny. That's maybe some of the best character development in this movie. It was pretty funny. All the other characters were pretty interesting. Some of the new characters that were brought from the book to the movie, that they were pretty interesting. President Coin, played by Julianne Moore. I really did like it. Um, so yeah, I mean, overall, it was an okay movie. It was decent. I do agree with him. The build-up aspect of the movie was taken a bit too far, but overall, it's a good movie. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I give this a 7 out of 10. It's good. Could have been better. in some aspects. And yeah, that's basically it for now. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews, so definitely do stay tuned for that. Besides that, comment down below on your thoughts on the movie. What did you think of it, and what are you hoping for the second movie if you haven't read the novels? Have you read the novels, and what are you hoping for the second movie, part 2? What are you hoping? Comment on that down below. Let me know. Like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.